I've seen quite a few cities over the past couple years, but few compared to Vancouver, which is quite possibly my favorite city in the world. Now, I may be a bit biased when I say that, as I spent the past 22 years of my life growing up around this city, but I truly do think that it's in a league of its own when it comes to its surrounding nature, its unique downtown core, and generally, the awesome vibes it gives off.
How's it going, guys? Today we are in downtown Vancouver. I absolutely love this place. It is not often that I'm down here anymore now that I live in Kelowna, but some circumstances brought me down here, and I thought what better way to spend some time in the city than showing you guys what I think would be the ultimate day in Vancouver. So that's what we're gonna do.
Starting the day off right, we caught a float plane with HarbourAir around Vancouver's North Shore Mountains. The float plane terminal is located right downtown near Canada Place in the Convention Center. Though Lizzie and I were just doing one of their mini sightseeing tours, people frequently use HarbourAir as a method of transportation actually, flying routes up and down the West Coast.
Are you excited?
I'm terrified.
Terrified?
Yes.
Now the tour itself. Getting a chance to see Stanley Park, the Lionsgate Bridge, and the North Shore Mountains from above was pretty crazy. I mean, I grew up here visiting all of these places, so getting a chance to see it from such a unique perspective was quite a treat. After our plane ride, I took Liz down the street to Gastown, which is one of my favorite and probably the most hipster neighborhood in Vancouver. We took some classic photos in front of Gastown's iconic steam clock, walked around the brick-laden roads, and then grabbed some sushi for lunch.
Liz,
Yeah.
how was Gastown?
It was good.
What do you love about Gastown?
I like the streets.
The streets are cool, hey?
There's like trees changing color because it's fall.
After our adventurous sushi tasting, we hopped back in our car and made our way over to Stanley Park, because it wouldn't be the ultimate day in Vancouver without a quick jaunt around the city's 405-hectare park. Stanley Park brings back a lot of memories for me, as I'm sure it does to many people who grew up in Vancouver. My parents used to take my sister and I here all the time growing up, whether it was to hang out on the beach or splash around in the water park or rollerblade the seawall. You name it. Stanley Park always has been, and it continues to be, one of my favorite places in the city, even on a cold day in the fall. Liz and I spent some time taking in the city skyline view, walking around the seawall, and checking out one of the mini beaches surrounding Stanley Park.
Okay, Liz, thoughts on the Park of Stanley?
It's awesome.
Leaving Stanley Park, Liz and I drove 15 minutes just outside of the city to another one of my favorite places in the Metro Vancouver area, which is the Capilano Suspension Bridge.
Lay on down and I hit the lights. Close my eyes on a quiet night. Half in a dream and asleep until I hear little drops on my windowsill.
The Capilano Suspension Bridge Park is home to a 140-meter long suspension bridge. The suspension bridge, albeit the main attraction, is only one part of the park. The park's also filled with bridges that run through the treetops of trees, along the side of cliffs, and paths that are super well maintained and built throughout the forest. I think you walk a really fine line when you turn something beautiful like the Capilano Forest into a tourist attraction, because as you add your pathways and your bridges and your gift shops, you kind of disrupt the beautiful thing that was there in the first place. But whenever I visit the Capilano Park, I always think they've done a great job at integrating their structures into the forest. It seriously feels so natural and so well done. That was a full day of exploring, and we were starting to get pretty hungry. So we headed back into the city, met up with my sister, and went to finish off our ultimate day in Vancouver with dinner at a really cool restaurant. Lizzie can't have dairy, and I wanted to take us somewhere unique, but somewhere that she can also enjoy, which is when she suggested a restaurant called MeeT. I had never heard of MeeT, but she told me that MeeT was a 100% vegan restaurant. Wait, let me finish. That doesn't compromise on taste or menu options. You see, when Liz told me about meat and how it was 100% vegan, I had my reservations, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I like a salad just as much as the next guy, but given the choice, I'd much rather have a good, juicy cheeseburger, which is kind of the opposite of vegan, or so I thought. I ended up going with the crispy barbecue burger and a side of butter chicken poutine. Lizzie got the lovely bowl and Hannah went for the mighty mac and cheese burger.
Liz, what do you think?
I think it's really good. I'm surprised that it's vegan. I like the poutine because I can't have dairy.
No joke, had no one told me what I was eating, I would have 100% thought that it was your standard cheeseburger. I mean, I guess that's why they consistently win awards, but seriously, their restaurant is truly unique, insanely delicious, and so much so that I think I might start eating vegan. Nah, we'll see. Anyways, dudes, that is that. That's what I would consider to be the ultimate day in Vancouver. And I kind of forgot at the time to ask Liz what she thought of it, but I'm pretty sure she had a good time. Thank you so much for watching, dudes. I appreciate every single one of you so much, and I'll see you all in another one.